Also in 7, the governor was in South Florida today to announce the launch of a charter school network that operates in New York City, here in South Florida.
But not everyone likes the idea of public money being used to fund these private schools.
Across South Florida, something big is happening in education. Public schools, once the heart of local communities, are shrinking, closing, or being replaced altogether. And in their place, charter schools, backed by billion-dollar donors, political allies, and a powerful push from Tallahassee. They're spreading fast. Supporters call it innovation. Critics call it privatization. So what's really driving this transformation, and what does it mean for Florida students? In Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties, the trend is hard to ignore. Traditional public school enrollment has been falling year after year, in some areas by thousands of students. Meanwhile, new charter schools keep opening their doors, often just blocks away.
Just this year, enrollment dropped by 10,000. As parents take advantage of state incentives like voucher programs for private schools, Broward County public school enrollment has declined by nearly 40,000 students over the last decade, impacting schools like Panther Run, Glades, Palm Cove, Pines Lake, Sunshine, and Fairway.
In 2024 alone, several public schools in Broward and Palm Beach counties were either consolidated or closed. At the same time, charter schools filled up, with waiting lists. According to state data, nearly 1 in 5 Florida students now attends a charter school, and that number keeps climbing every year. Ask any parent why they switched, and you'll hear words like safety, focus, and opportunity. But beneath those reasons lies something deeper: frustration that the public system isn't changing fast enough. Florida now ranks among the top states for charter school growth, and South Florida is leading that charge. So why are parents choosing charters? For many, it comes down to options. Charter schools promise smaller class sizes, specialized programs, and in some cases, better discipline and safety. And they can do this because they're publicly funded, but privately run, giving them more flexibility than traditional schools. Governor Ron DeSantis and Florida lawmakers have made school choice a priority. They've expanded funding and made it easier for charter schools to open, arguing that competition pushes all schools to improve.
Sky's going to be the limit for what they're going to be able to do in the state of Florida.
Governor Ron DeSantis with the announcement at Florida International University Thursday. He says state funding and private donations will now allow students in Miami-Dade's underserved communities to have a brighter future.
One of the biggest names entering the state is Success Academy. Founded in New York City by Eva Moskowitz, it runs some of the nation's highest performing charter schools, but also some of its most controversial. Critics accuse them of pushing out struggling students to maintain high test scores. Still, their results attract attention, with over 90% of students passing state exams, most from low-income families. Now, with Florida's governor and major donors behind them, Success Academy plans to bring that same model to South Florida in communities from Miami Gardens to West Palm Beach. So, what makes a charter school different? Charter schools operate under a charter or contract with the state. They receive public funding per student, but they can control their curriculum, staffing, and budgets in ways public schools can't. That freedom is what draws both excitement and criticism. While charters are growing, many public schools are fighting to survive. When a student leaves for a charter school, the funding leaves too, and that can quickly snowball. Less money means fewer teachers, fewer programs, and often declining performance. The Florida Education Association reported over 9,000 teaching vacancies at the start of the 2024 school year. That means larger class sizes, rotating substitutes, and canceled electives. Parents notice it too. Some schools have cut arts programs, after-school tutoring, and even basic maintenance. One Miami mother told the Sun-Sentinel, "It feels like they're letting our schools die so they can replace them." A typical public school might spend months waiting for district approval to fix a broken air conditioner. A charter school can approve it the same day. That flexibility matters, but it also raises questions about oversight. Public schools are also burdened by bureaucracy, rules, forms, and policies that make adapting slow and frustrating. Meanwhile, charters market themselves as innovative, fast-moving, and modern. That contrast is reshaping South Florida's educational landscape. Charter expansion in Florida isn't just about education. It's also about politics and money. Florida's leadership has made school choice a signature issue. In 2023, Governor DeSantis signed one of the broadest voucher expansions in the country, allowing state funds to follow students to private and charter schools. That policy opened the floodgates. By mid-2025, Florida's charter sector had surpassed 700 schools, many built on newly developed land.
Billionaire businessman Ken Griffin, who calls South Florida home now after moving from New York, pledging $50 million for this expansion.
We will pave the road for tens of thousands of students here in Florida to join all of us in living the American dream.
Developers and investors often create real estate companies that lease buildings to the charters they help fund. That means they profit twice, once as landlords and again through the charter system itself. Critics call it a revolving door between politics and profit. Supporters argue it's smart business and smart education policy. And big money is flowing in. National donors and advocacy groups have poured millions into promoting charter growth in Florida. They say it's about expanding opportunity. Opponents say it's about privatizing education one school at a time. Drive through Liberty City or Riviera Beach, and you'll see the contrast for yourself. Brand new campuses with gleaming signs and banners, right across from older public schools struggling to fill classrooms. For some parents, this feels like justice. Finally, someone investing in their neighborhoods. For others, it feels like a takeover. One parent said, "We didn't want a new school. We wanted them to fix the one we already had." Communities that once rallied around a single neighborhood school are now divided. Each family choosing a different system, each school competing for the same shrinking pool of students. It's a choice that feels empowering on the surface, but for many, it's also exhausting. The battle between public and charter schools isn't just about test scores or budgets. It's about identity. It's about what kind of education system we want and what kind of future we believe in. Charter schools aren't automatically good or bad, but their rapid rise across South Florida raises real questions about who wins, who loses, and what happens next. So as more charter schools rise across the Sunshine State, we have to ask, are we building more choices or more divisions? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Are charter schools saving Florida's education system or replacing it? If you found this video insightful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and helps keep conversations like this going. Thanks for watching.